Hey folks, how you doing today? It's Dr. Timothy Harcourt. We're talking about how you can fix your heel pain. What is heel pain? Plantar fasciitis. Who cares about the name, but you do care about how much it hurts, because it can be crazy pain in the heel, usually on both sides. Hurts like crazy when you get up after either being in bed or in a chair for any length of time. You wonder, how in the world could I have pain that bad in my heels? I don't climb mountains. I'm not a rock climber. I don't go hiking 20 miles a day. Why do I have such heel pain? Hey, it's Dr. Timothy Harcourt. We're going to talk about that. I'm a neuromusculoskeletal medicine doc. So I'm here to help you do things to fix your own heels. So what exactly can you do at home? What are some of the things that you can do at home? We're going to go over that. So you hear a lot about social distancing, right? Well, I'm suggesting social distancing between the bottom of your foot and your tile floor. Why? Well, because one of the main causes of heel pain or plantar fasciitis is walking on hard tile or on a hard floor. Could be marble or concrete for that matter. So you want to maintain a distance between the bottom of your foot and that hard surface with a cushion. So what are we talking about? We're talking about at least flip-flops or sandals or Birkenstocks or something to give a cushion between the bottom of your foot and the hard floor. It's just not a good idea at all to walk around in your bare feet on hard surfaces. What's the next thing we can do? The next thing we can do is make sure that our shoes have great arches. Now, why do we want an arch in our shoes? Because the arch of the foot looks like this. If it drops down, that fascia that hooks into the calcaneus, so the bone in the back of your foot, gets overstretched and irritated and inflamed. That's where that heel pain is coming from. So if we maintain the arch, it doesn't have a chance to stretch out the fascia and irritate it where it hooks into your foot. Well, how can you have good arches? Well, first of all, if your footwear has a good arch support in it, you're probably okay. However, if your footwear does not contain good arches, then you may want to go to Walmart or any number of the stores that carry inserts. Some of them you can get different sizes for different shoes and also different arches. But that could be a good place to start. If you have a high quality shoe, it might already have a good arch in it. The next thing you could do is wear laced footwear. Now, what do I mean by that? So the tops of your shoes have laces in it. Helps to hold your foot in better position. This is extremely critical because if your foot is flopping around inside of your shoe or boot, it irritates the underneath side of your foot right at the heel. What's an example of something you don't want to do? So the rubber waders that they make to go trout fishing, or the boots that they have to go muck out the stall if you live in the country, there's basically no support whatsoever in those boots. That's not a good idea. That's a really good way to stir up the bottom of your feet and cause plantar fasciitis. If you work on the farm and you're working with animals, calves, horses, the last thing you want to do is to put a boot on that gives your foot no support. Also doesn't provide proper cushion for the bottom of your foot. And then maybe have an animal tugging on a lead line or something like that, actually flattening the bottom of your foot out. If you're helping to get calves ready for show and you got to break them, you need good footwear. If you don't have that, you're pretty much guaranteeing yourself to get heel pain. And it can be, as you know, if you have it, it can be very debilitating, very painful. So it's really important that your footwear has the ability to hold your foot in place. Not just kind of a molded rubber boot that your foot can slip around all over inside, but a laced type of top. Next thing is, if you have a choice of socks, you can add cushion between the bottom of your foot and the bottom of the floor by wearing thicker socks. So if your footwear is such that it doesn't make your feet sweat, you're going to get away with thicker socks. Now some socks, the sole of the sock is thicker than the top part of the sock, and then you reduce any sweating that way, but you still get the cushioning between the bottom of your foot and the hard floor. It's just added inside your shoe. And if you have a job where you're up on your feet on concrete, maybe you're a contractor, maybe you're a teacher or professor, maybe you're a surveyor, you're on roads and asphalt, concrete all day long, you want some cushion between the bottom of your foot and that hard surface. You can add the cushion inside your shoe. It doesn't have to be just on the bottom of your shoe. So, and it doesn't actually have to be in your shoe, it can be in your sock. So it's a great way to add another layer of cushion. So let's just say that you work in a certain area all day long. Maybe you're a prep chef and you're getting food ready all day long in a very small area. Shock mats are great. They're good for cashiers, they're good for deli workers, they're good for people who stay in a certain spot for a long period of time on concrete or a hard surface. And that definitely helps to reduce the shock between the bottom of your foot and that hard surface. People that cook a lot at home, great to get, you can get the thick shock mats at a lot of your department stores carry those. And that really helps as well. And not only does that help your feet, but it helps your knees and your hips as well. Avoid at all costs going barefooted on hard surfaces. You might get away with it in the carpet, out in the grass, in the sand, but the last thing you want to do is walk barefooted on a super hard surface. Just doesn't make any sense for the bottom of your foot. And one of the things that you can do at home as a treatment is the frozen water bottle roll. Now what is that? You take a little bit of water out of the water bottle, because you don't want the water bottle to be completely full, because when the water freezes, it expands. So if you don't take a little bit of water out, you may end up cracking the bottle and then it's going to leak. But you take a water bottle and if you plan to use it many times, you could get one with a little bit thicker plastic, the kind that you would use if you're going out at a sporting event. And you fill it about 3/4 of the way full, maybe a little bit more, with cold tap water, and put the top on, put it in your freezer in the upright position, and then it's going to take 4 or 5 hours for that to freeze. But what you can do while you're watching your show at night, you can lay that on the floor and rub your foot over it gently. Now the last thing you want to do is stand up and put your full weight down on that. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But it does make a lot of sense, especially if you've been on your feet all day long, to reduce the inflammatory component of the bottom of your foot, especially at the plantar fascia level. These are all things that you can do to address heel pain or plantar fasciitis. It typically is a very painful condition. We hope this video is helpful for you. It's the doc helping you to fix your body. So it's Dr. Harcourt, Neuromusculoskeletal Medicine, Fort Myers, signing out.
Know you need to go in a different direction? Call and we'll have a sit-down, no charge consultation.
Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Links are down below.